Boris Johnson is to travel to Eastern Europe next week as he joins diplomatic efforts to head off a war in Ukraine. The UK Prime Minister will also speak to President Vladimir Putin on the phone in an attempt to diffuse tensions amid fears of a Russian invasion. It comes as the mobilisation of Russian troops and weaponry along Ukraine's borders has continued to expand, now numbering 130,000 military personnel.
The war of the airwaves is almost as important as the battle on the ground. And the message in this footage from the Ukrainian military, training with UK anti-tank missiles in the west of the country, is of readiness. Joe Biden has now warned in a call with the country's president there is a distinct possibility of a Russian invasion next month.
Have you decided how soon you would be moving US troops to Eastern Europe?
I'll be moving U.S. troops to Eastern Europe and the NATO countries in the near term.
The UK's strategy of deterrence and diplomacy is stepping up a gear, with the call expected between Boris Johnson and Vladimir Putin before the PM travels to the region early next week. Liz Truss, who met the NATO Secretary-General on Monday, will travel to Moscow in the next fortnight. And Defence Secretary Ben Wallace, here in Berlin on Wednesday, is due to visit allies in Eastern Europe. But not all Conservatives are convinced.
The West has looked somewhat disunited. From a Russian perspective, there's never been a better time to invade Ukraine, something Putin has been wanting to do for a long time. He's enjoying this international attention. Every time a leader puts their hand up and says, I'm going to go to Moscow to try and talk this, of course he's going to say yes. He is spinning this out. I doubt whether any invasion will take place until after the Beijing Olympics. China would have made sure of that. This is our Cuban Missile Crisis moment, and we must not blink.
Whitehall may have been focused on one political crisis for weeks, but here at the Foreign Office, they've been trying to prevent another. The PM wants to be seen as a statesman, spearheading the West's efforts, but this is also a convenient distraction from domestic disarray. Boris Johnson is Vladimir Putin's fifth UK Prime Minister, and it's perfectly possible the Russian president will soon get a sixth. As further Russian military vehicles arrive in Belarus, Boris Johnson has asked his defence chiefs for further options to be used if Vladimir Putin does what so many fear. Joe Pike, Sky News.
Meanwhile, UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson is expected to receive a redacted version of a report into alleged lockdown breaches at Downing Street within days. Civil servant Sue Gray's report is due to be published next week, but with minimal reference to the alleged gatherings after a specific request by the Metropolitan Police to avoid any influence on their own investigation. The report into the incident, nicknamed Partygate, will be released before the official police investigation. UK Foreign Minister Liz Truss, who's tipped as a possible replacement for the Prime Minister if Johnson is toppled, says Downing Street is eagerly awaiting the release.
We need to get the results of the report. We need to look at the results and fix the issues there are. But that shouldn't diminish the fantastic work that has been done under this government and under this Prime Minister. We're in the same position as everybody else, waiting for that report to arrive.